Jonathan, what more can you tell us about this report? How serious are these talks with the U.S. State Department?
I've been in contact with Robert Garson today, and indeed he has made this recommendation. He is somebody that himself moved from the United Kingdom some years ago to the US, and now he feels that, especially after the terror attack at the Manchester synagogue on Yom Kippur last year, Heaton Park Synagogue, he feels that British Jews are not safe and that the government, particularly under Keir Starmer's leadership, is not protecting them. And so to that end, he thinks it's appropriate for the United States to offer asylum to British Jews. Now, it's not as crazy or new an idea as it might sound, because some months ago, back in around October of last year, Steve Witkoff's son actually suggested the same thing in response to an article by Rabbi Pinny Dunner, who again formerly lived in the United Kingdom but now lives in the US. All of them are basically focusing on the idea that Jewish people living in the United Kingdom are increasingly feeling like they're in danger, whether it is from regular anti-Israel and anti-Semitic marches taking place on the streets with terrorist cries or idolization of Hamas's atrocities on October the 7th, or with the mobs that gather outside Jewish or Israeli-run businesses, or any other number of stories which have been hitting the press over the last couple of years in particular, but also for long before that, about anti-Semitism, and then a lack of suitable police and judicial response to some of those cases. These are the things that have triggered this idea that perhaps British Jews might want to leave the United Kingdom. And certainly I would say that it's true that many, many Jewish people do frequently discuss now whether or not they have a long-term future in the UK, when it might be time to leave and where they would go. And those who don't instinctively or feel they can move to Israel, for example, where they would have a right to do so under the law of return, may be considering other places. So if the United States were to put in place a policy which said that it would accept British Jews seeking refuge, seeking safety in the US, that would present them with really an enormous opportunity, being another English-speaking country full of opportunity, culturally with similarities, though of course rather different from the United Kingdom as well in some ways, but with a massive variety of places, locations, geographies, and cultures that they could fit in there. So I think it would definitely be something that many Jewish people would consider were it to be opened up to them by President Donald Trump.